And welcome to this Marcus and Mike show, guys, where technical difficulties happen often, and I am a habit of creature, and I messed up yesterday. So, Marcus, I'd like to personally apologize to you face to face here.
Okay.
Yesterday's show, we recorded it just fine. I thought we had a pretty damn good show, but
Yeah.
we looked really good on camera, but the
Yeah.
voices were just not there. I forgot to
Yeah.
push the voice record button. If you look down here at the bottom right of the screen, you see the bars going.
Right.
They were going, just
Okay.
it was just not recording for whatever reason. But got
They, they
that
were they were
figured
just
out.
they were just watching our mouths move, huh?
Yeah, I got a lot of comments saying, "Hey, you guys look great on camera, but
Right.
I can't hear you." Well, hopefully you can hear us today. I did run a little test beforehand, so we should be good to go. So what we covered yesterday, we talked a little bit of Dak Prescott, and now that you've had a day to digest it a little bit more, spew on it a little bit more, get a little bit more emotional, a bit like about it. I got to bring it back up. Dak Prescott turned down the reported $30 million that the Cowboys offered him. He's asking for 40. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think it's just contract gesturing. He turned down 30. He's asking for 40. It's like, if somebody spilled coffee on you, you're going to ask for 30 million, but you'll settle for two.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so he's asking for 40. He knows he's not getting 40, so he's hoping that Jerry Jones they counteroffer with 34, 35, somewhere above Carson Wentz's 32 million. I'm almost shocked a little bit at Dak Prescott wanting even turning down $30 million. To me, that's crazy to me. I actually think that's more of his agent. But I mean, look, the agent speaks vicariously through their clients. So maybe that's what Dak is telling him to turn it down. And he's saying, or the agent's telling Dak, hey, we need to turn this 30 million down. I wonder what Dak's saying. Like, is Dak going, damn, really? Is that okay?
Right.
Because I mean, here's a guy that's made, and we reference peanuts. Remember, Amari Cooper said Melvin Gordon, one of his friends, he's making peanuts, and he's
Right.
making
Right.
like $5.6 million this year. That's not peanuts. But you know what's crazy? And look, 600,000, what Dak's been getting the last 3 years, that's not peanuts either, right?
Right.
But that is peanuts when you consider NFL, in NFL royalty. That is $600,000 is peanuts. I mean, if you want to go there. I find it hard to believe that a guy that's made $600,000, very humble kid, Dak Prescott, and by all means is a good leader, that he would turn down $30 million. Like I almost find that hard to believe. And so, but he did, and from all reports, and I respect the people that reported it. So I'm hoping that Dak changes his stance here a little bit and doesn't even want better than what Carson Wentz, the 32 million. I'm hoping that he can sign for that $30 million a year, and I think he'll eventually come to a senses. Where I'm hoping. And listen, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and their new boy. Well, he's not really new, but he may be new to the scene of a lot of people. Will McClay. Um, um, they're pretty good at what they do. They get the job done. And I have no doubt in my mind that they're not lying, that they have offers out there to Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott, and Ezekiel Elliott, all top five at their position. They're out there. And so far, Omari is probably turning down about 17, 18 million a year. Zeke's probably turning down Le'Veon Bell money about 13 million per year. And he was the highest paid running back on the market this year. And then Dak's turning down 30 million per year. I so I find that a little crazy that these players, and there's a salary cap, it's a hard cap, that these
Yeah.
players would turn down that kind of money being paid top five at their position, each one of their positions. It's a little hard for me to believe. Let's just hope they turn it around. Let's hope Jerry Jones, and his nice Southern charm, brings them in and says, "Hey, fellas, this is the deal. You want to win? Do you want to win, or do you always want to go get paid?"
Right.
So, it's a little crazy to me. Hopefully they'll all three of them will be signed by week one, and let's hope for the best.
Yeah, you are 100% right on the Dak Prescott situation. Turning down $30 million is crazy to me. It's hard
Yeah,
to wrap my head around, especially from a guy that's only making $2 million this season,
this
like
year.
you just like you said.
Yeah.
So let me just ask you this question: Are you saying that the media is kind of putting out fake news, or do you just don't believe like when you say like when you see that, you're like, I don't believe
Yeah.
that's happening. Like,
Well, I know. I believe that he may have turned down, his agent may have turned down 30 million. I just find that hard to believe that Dak said, "Hey, turn that 30 million down." Like, I want to hear it out of Dak's mouth.
yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
you're saying the agent's kind of leading the train on this,
Yeah.
trying to get a little bit more money, which I think every good negotiation goes back and forth a tad bit here. So like when like I'm offering you a job, hey, I'm going to pay you $60,000 a year. You kind of step back and you mean like you can like inside you're like, oh yeah, 60,000 is 15,000 more dollars than I'm making here. Yeah,
Right.
gotta. But you have to play a calm, and you're like, well, what about 65? Just to see if you can push the envelope a little bit.
Right.
That could possibly be what he's trying to do. Saying, yeah, I would like 40. Let's settle at
Right.
35, just like what you said on yesterday.
Right.
But at the same time, hopefully the Cowboys play hardball and say, no, we're going to offer you 30. We're going to give you
Yes.
30. If you don't like it, go to Miami.
Yes. I'm full in agreement with you. Listen, I normally I normally side with the players when it comes to the NFL, Michael. Like, because their job is a beast, man. They could die any play. Like,
Yeah.
and the baseball players are making an obscene amount of money.
Hmm.
NBA players are making an obscene amount of money. So I normally side with NFL players. Really, go get your money. But Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and Will McClay are being very fair here.
Yes.
I mean, so let's not get crazy like they don't want to sign them. Listen, if there wasn't a cap and the Dallas Cowboys became the Yankees, Jerry Jones would say, "Here, Dak, here's 200 million. Amari, here's 150. Zeke, here's 100. Have fun. Let's have fun and go win a Super Bowl, boys." But he can't do that. They have a
You're right.
cap. Jerry Jones would be George Steinbrenner of the. He would say, "Let's go get him." You
Yeah.
know, probably. You know what? I'll be honest with you. If the Cowboys have Jerry Jones has so much money, Dak probably wouldn't be the quarterback. He'd be paying like Tom Brady, 80
Right.
million a year. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
He'd take him away from. Yeah, he'd be paying like Drew Brees 80 million a year to win a Super Bowl. So yeah. So listen, Jerry loves his players, man. He's very. I know for a fact they're offering them. There's contracts in place for Amari Cooper to be like the fourth or fifth highest paid wide receiver, for Zeke to be the second highest paid running back, and for Dak to be like the fifth highest paid quarterback. And any one of them three, um, may not even be the best at their position. Like, Zeke's the closest, but man, Saquon Barkley's right there. But Saquon will come up in a couple of years. But come on, Amari, come on, Dak. Let's wake up here. Let's. It's hard to believe they're turning down this money.
Yeah, and we touched on this several times here. You cannot pay a player 20%
Yeah,
of the cap and expect to win. It's just not going to happen. So everything
yeah,
that the Cowboys are doing is definitely in the wheelhouse of keeping the team together and to win multiple championships over this next
right.
5 or 6 year span. I know you do not like the 5 year plan, but
No,
over the next 5 6 years, the Cowboys are built to win
no,
right now.
no,
So
no. Yeah, no, no. I don't like just saying it like, oh, okay, we can wait 5 years.
yeah.
There's a 5 or 6 year window where we can win,
Hmm.
2 out of 3 or three. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I get when you put it in context like that, I get it. But let me say this: Jason Witten don't want to hear about no 5 year plan. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
This is the last year more than
yeah, we don't have
likely.
time for that. We need
Yeah.
we need Witten to hold up a trophy. Yeah,
Yeah. So speaking of holding up trophies, the Indianapolis Colts seem to possibly be not doing it again here. Andrew Luck's reported calf injury has now become an ankle injury. This is starting to look more and more like the KD
yes,
situation from the NBA Finals over and
yeah.
over and over again. Uh, they said he's not going to play any preseason games. He's taken 3 practices, or he's practiced three times since
Right.
April, I believe it was. What are your thoughts on this ankle injury?
It's a little scary. If you're a Colts fan, you got to be a little worried about this one, because people put out misinformation out there. Oh, it's just this, it's just that, and listen, I don't wish injury on any player, but I don't mind when other opposing quarterbacks go down. I lose no sleep over it whatsoever. Deshaun Watson went down, so what, so if he has a problem, injury problem, so be it. But They better listen. You better err on the side of caution. You better not bring him back. Then it's okay to miss, miss a couple of weeks here. Even regular season. You better not. You better learn from that Kevin Durant thing, and you better not bring Andrew Luck back unless he's 100% healthy. And if that means you got to play the first 4 weeks without him and go with Jacoby Brissett, you do that. So you really got to err on the side. You can't give us any. Oh, he's good. You hear a couple of days ago, oh, Andrew Luck's going to miss 3 practices. Oh, really? And now we hear he's missing all preseason, and now we hear it's into the games and into the regular season. So, listen, you better, you really better err on the side of caution here with Andrew Luck. And if he has to miss 4 weeks or whatever, so be it. You need Andrew Luck for your long term. You don't, get a wild card ain't that bad. You can get in the tournament, as
Right.
Bill Parcells likes to say. Hey, you beat Houston and Houston won the division last year. So even that, you got in. All you need to do is get in the wild card. So
Yeah.
they better err on the side of caution here of Andrew Luck. That's what I'm
Like I
saying.
said yesterday, do not let any team slide into the AFC playoffs because they're going to
Yeah.
make a run here. But I was listening to a press conference yesterday. Since I'm in the Indiana area, we get a lot of Colts like news coverage and that kind of thing. The owner said, "Hey, we're going to be very transparent on this. We're going to give you all the information that we know, just so you leave Andrew alone on the situation and stop asking him about the
Right.
injury." But here is where the issue really starts to arise here. So
Hmm.
back in late June, I believe it was June 23rd and 24th, the Colts practiced back-to-back days. Andrew Luck was at both of those practices. On the 25th, they had a day off, and then the next day, Andrew Luck hasn't practiced since. So those 23rd, so that June 23rd and 24th time frame, he looked really really good when he was out on the field, but he hasn't been
Right.
on the field since. So that raises huge red flags for me. When you have a off day and then you're not out on the field the very next day after a off day, something tells me
Right.
that it's something more than just a calf strain or an
Right.
ankle sprain. What is really the issue? If the owner is going to be fully transparent, tell us exactly what is going on. Don't just say, "Oh, uh, Andrew referred to the lower leg as an ankle," or no. Don't tell me none of that. What
Right.
is the Achilles tore? Is the Achilles partly tore? It's just waiting to happen. Let us
Right.
know. Let us know that, because after the whole Kevin Durant thing, we all are very aware of the calf and
Right.
the Achilles are 1-on-1. So
Right.
just be transparent about the whole situation. And that's all we have to say about that.
Yeah, no, and then he's lucky he's playing behind maybe the first or second best offensive lineman in football
Yeah.
because he's going to need that this year. Because if his calf's ready to go or Achilles is ready to go,
Hmm.
you don't want that guy running for his life. So Quentin Nelson and Costanza. Quentin Nelson might be him and Zach Martin are the two best guards in football.
Right.
They're maulers. And it's no coincidence they came out of Notre Dame. Zach Martin, Quentin Nelson followed Zach Martin, and they're both maulers. They're
Right.
both. I could literally say right now Zach Martin's on his way to the Hall of Fame in his 5th year, and that's crazy to say. And Quentin Nelson is pretty damn good. But yeah, I mean, yeah, err on the side of caution with Andrew Luck, and do not bring him back until he's 100% healthy. And so we'll see what happens. But this is an interesting situation because Andrew Luck has said he'll hurt the team if he plays at 70% or whatever. He needs
Yeah.
he needs to be at 100%. So we'll see where this goes. It's really interesting.
And he has shown how valuable he is to that team, because that year that
Oh,
he sat out, the Colts were horrible. And then
yeah,
last year they were pretty darn good. What were they, 10-6
yeah,
or whatever it
yeah,
was? But
yes,
but my dad sent me a text early this morning, because like I told him that we're going to talk about Andrew Luck, and he is an Andrew Luck hater. He hates Andrew Luck
really.
100%. But he's like, Andrew Luck is a Derrick Rose of the NFL.
Oh
All
shit, see,
always
yeah,
coulda, woulda, shoulda. So,
right.
but let's go ahead and stick in that division. And today we're going to break down the Houston Texans
Okay,
season ticket holder here. So guys, just to backtrack a little bit on yesterday's show, Marcus had Oakland going what, 6-10. I had them going 9-7 in that division.
wow,
So just to, for people that didn't hear us, obviously, we're just letting you guys know what we picked here. But
Okay.
let's go ahead and jump into Houston right off the bat here. They are on the road on that Monday night game, taking on the New Orleans Saints. Who do you got?
Let's see. I got the Saints winning week 1. Mark. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got the Saints winning week 1. It's a Monday Night Football. It's a big deal. I think the Raiders and Broncos are playing Monday night too. This is the nightcap.
yep.
But yeah, Houston's running into a buzzsaw here, and I expect Drew Brees and them to win. I got them winning week 1.
Yeah, Monday night at the Superdome, it's kind of a no-win situation there, unless you're the Dallas Cowboys and can walk in there and just destroy them. But week 1, I don't see Houston doing a whole lot there, so I have a Saints winning that
Yeah,
game as well. Week 2, they're at home, take on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
they'll bounce back and they'll beat Jacksonville here. I got Houston. I did it last night. I got Houston starting off a little shaky here in the first 6 weeks, but they'll bounce back right here and beat Jacksonville week 2, their home opener,
Yeah, I had
which
them
a game
beating.
I will be at.
It should be a very good game to watch. Like I'm curious of how Nick Foles will kind of
Yeah,
grow this season. We said earlier about a month ago that he is great in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform, but everywhere else
right.
he is a subpar
And they got
quarterback.
Nick Foles starting off with was it is it at it, oh sh oh congratulations, they got Nick Foles starting out against Kansas City, then Houston.
Yep.
Good look. 0-2 there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do have Houston winning that game as well. We've already broke down the Los Angeles Chargers. You had them losing to the
Yes.
Chargers. I have them beating the Chargers, giving
Yes.
us a Week 4 matchup, take on the Carolina Panthers.
Um, that's at we're yeah, it's at home. I got them. I got losing the Chargers. They'll bounce back and beat Carolina. They'll be 2-2.
Yeah, I had them beating Carolina as well. Watching Cam Newton throw in preseason, it hurts me just to watch that. So I don't think Carolina is like I think I had them going like 9-7. I think it is, but I don't. I that's going to be a big asterisk by that now. But yeah,
Well, they're saying Cam's getting better than last year because last year, but hey, we'll see. He still has never been that accurate.
right. So
He's a career 59% completion percentage person, which is amazing in today's NFL.
yeah, it's just it's kind of sad actually.
It's sad. Yeah.
So week 5, you had them beating Atlanta. I had them beating
Yes.
Atlanta as well. Week 6, we had them both losing to Kansas City,
Right.
giving us a week 7 matchup at Indianapolis, taking on the Colts.
I have them losing, so that I have got them after the first 7 weeks 3-4, and that's my team. And I think they're going to be in the AFC Championship game, but they're 3-4 after 7 weeks.
Yeah, I had them losing to the Colts as well. I've been to the Lucas Oil State Stadium, and it is not loud. It's just a real annoying, echoey. But teams just don't play well there. So I have the Colts winning that game as well. Going on to the next week, back at home, taking on Oakland.
They'll get back on track. They'll get it. They'll be 500 after they beat the Raiders. They'll be 4-4.
Yeah, I have them beating Oakland as well. We broke this down yesterday, actually, with the whole turmoil thing that's happening in Oakland. I think
Yeah.
they're just a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Um, then we have the next week at Jacksonville Jaguars.
Or no, wait. Oh yeah, yeah. Or no, it's a home game, right?
It says at Jacksonville. They
Okay.
they have to play at
Oh,
home
you
at
know what it
Jacksonville.
is? I'm sorry. This is that London thing,
Oh,
8:30 in the morning game.
oh, okay.
So it's kind of freaking me out. I'm looking on the schedule because I don't see. I'll take the Texans at this one. They'll beat them in London just like they beat them week 2.
Yeah, I have the Houston winning this game as well. I did not realize this was the London game.
Yeah.
That's even more of a Houston win then.
Yeah, no, but it's one of those, man, this game will be done by noon.
Yeah, which is nice to watch, but I mean,
Yeah, it's football all day. Yeah, it's weird for me because I got to wake up early now. God, on that
right.
day. Yeah.
So then the what's that? Week 10 is a bye week. Week 11 they're traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens.
This is their last loss of the season, baby. They're going to lose to Baltimore.
I had them losing to Baltimore as well. I don't know. Just something playing at Baltimore. It's just tough on teams.
Right.
Next week they're at home taking on the Colts.
They'll win this one. They'll beat the Colts.
Yeah, I have them beating the Colts as well. I kind of had them going on a late game or a late season
Yeah.
tear here as well
Yeah.
to really push for that division title. We have both already have them beating the Patriots, both have them beating the Broncos as well. Give us the Week 15 matchup at Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, no, I think they'll beat Tennessee. And the NFL did this weird thing. There's a quirk in the schedule crap. They played Tennessee 2 out of the last 3 weeks, so it's kind of weird. I think Tennessee might be fighting for a wild card, but I think if the Texans go in and beat them, and it's Week 15 actually. If they beat them on December 15th and Week 15, they'll knock Tennessee out of the playoffs, and Tennessee won't have a chance at the wild card. So I have the Texans beating Tennessee at Tennessee.
Yeah, I hate when the NFL does this, when they schedule
Yeah.
back-to-back games just like this. I think it is horrible on the teams, it's horrible on the fans. But I actually have Tennessee beating Houston at Tennessee.
Okay.
Usually this time of year, Marcus Mariota gets hurt, the Titans
Right.
fall way off, but they have Ryan Tannehill
Yeah.
this year as a suitable
Right.
backup.
And
So
then what's dumb, Michael, about the schedule, and you and I both hate it, is they played Tennessee 2 out of the last 3 weeks, right?
yeah,
What if Tennessee made the wild card and Houston, and then they had to play the following week, so they would play them
right.
3 times in 4 weeks?
That would be horrible.
That's asinine,
That would be horrible for Titans and Houston fans for sure.
and that's horrible for the NFL too.
Yeah.
By the way. Yeah.
So Week 16, you had them beating Tampa Bay. Actually,
Yes.
have them losing to Tampa Bay, kind of stumbling toward
Okay.
the end here, giving us the Week 17 matchup versus the Titans at home.
I think this is the one where if they beat Tennessee, they go 11-5 and win the division. And then I think the Colts, on the other hand, have to win their final game and go 10-6, and then hope that Houston loses. It's going to be one of those final game scenarios. And if Houston loses to Tennessee, then the Colts win the division. So Houston beats Tennessee. They go 11-5. They win the division.
Yeah, I have them beating the Tennessee the last week of the year, going 10-6 for like me. This Week 17 is a must win to really catapult them into the division championship again. So
Right.
circle that Week 17 matchup as a must win, the Week 15 as well as a must win as
Right.
well, to really catapult them into the division championship. I think they win. I think they do win the division this year.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying Houston's going to win the division this year, 10-6?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, no, I have them winning at 11-5. 10-6 is a little dicey because the Colts are gonna, it depends on this Andrew Luck situation. What we talked about, Andrew Luck they could make a late playoff surge, and if they could get to 10-6 as well as the Texans, then it's tie breaking scenarios
Hmm.
come into play, and then who beat who head to head. Now, if one of the teams beat the other team twice, then that's the first head to head they look at.
Right.
Then after that, it's common opponents. So. Yeah, I'll be interesting to know where you have Tennessee finishing. Indianapolis finishing. To see, are they going to go 9-7? Are they going to tie Houston at 10-6? So we'll see when we do the Colts schedule later on.
Well, we'll definitely find out because we're going to break down the Colts tomorrow, guys.
Okay.
So join us tomorrow as we break down the Indianapolis Colts staying in the AFC South. See where Marcus has the Colts. Well, are they going to win that division or come in second place again and like a wild card? Before we head out, Marcus, anything that you need to cover?
No, I'm pretty good. Just sitting here, like you said, living a dream. Man, I got maintenance. If you don't notice, I got my brother here, some of my family's here. I got maintenance here. It's like, that's why I turn this. If you see me turn this way, I turn that way. I'm not just doing that because I want to work out a little bit. It's like I got stuff going on all around me. So
working those
yeah,
abs, working those abs.
yeah, no, yeah, we do the Colts schedule next week, and then come full circle on this. If Andrew Luck is to miss the first month or something, they're confident in Jacoby Brissett. We'll talk about this more tomorrow, but they're not confident. He's a good backup. He's like Colt McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
The Redskins are confident in Colt McCoy going 2-2 and holding the fort down, like for RG3, like back in, you know what I mean? Like the Saints are confident in Teddy Bridgewater to hold the fort down. The Tennessee is confident in Ryan Tannehill to hold the fort down. They're confident in Jacoby Brissett to hold the fort down. But if he doesn't hold the fort down and they happen to go 1-3 out the gate again, it's going to be very difficult. That's why it's hard to pick these games. If I knew Andrew Luck was going to be completely healthy, but I might pick these games knowing he might miss that first month, because they would be very silly they would behoove themselves to put him out there, knowing he could get an Achilles tear
Right.
or a calf tear. See, a calf tear is not as bad as Achilles, but it's no joke. If you get that, grade 3 strain or whatever like that, you could be gone a couple of months on a calf tear.
Right.
So then your season is messed up. You have Jacoby Brissett as your starting quarterback, really, and so you have a shot at the division because it's the NFL, but you really have no shot when you're going up against Deshaun Watson and the defense of Jacksonville, and
Yeah.
and Tennessee's one of those damn teams. They're like Iowa,
They're always there.
like
Yeah.
yeah, like in other words, you can beat Iowa, but if you go in there going, we're just going into Ames, no big deal, you get your heads handed to you. You have to beat them. So
Yeah. So we'll
that's what
definitely go.
Tennessee is.
Yeah, we'll definitely go more in depth on the Colts tomorrow. I'm going to try to round up some more Andrew Luck news to see if they've
Yeah,
released anything else, just to further, kind of pick our picks all like a little bit here. But guys, thanks
right.
for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we are less than a month away from NFL season.
How about it's like 26
Yep,
days,
get excited. Get excited.
man. Dude, that every Sunday is awesome, man. Just put on that red zone, man.
Hmm.
I barely get up and go to the bathroom. Like I have to have stuff handed to me. It's on, dude. Like it's that Sunday. That Sunday, like you watch football till your eyes bleed.
Yep, it's a
Yeah, like
beautiful thing.
it's a beautiful thing. And then I'm watching the highlights. I'm going like this, like keeping my eyes focused because I'm sleepy. Like it's man. For that 4 months, I'm in lockdown mode, baby. Like,
Yep.
it's yeah.
All right, man. Well, join us tomorrow, guys. Same time, same place. Break down Indianapolis Colts. Have a good day.